Hi guys, I am back today with another yoga video. Today we will be doing day 17 of the 21-day yoga program. I hope you guys are able to get your yoga or your stretch in today, and you guys enjoy this video.
Down, gaze forward, inhale on up, exhale bend forward, inhale lift your chest, exhale both feet go down, knees to the floor, squeeze the elbows, lower down your chest, inhale lift halfway, exhale chin down to the floor, come back to the knees, come back to downward facing dog. I'm going to be modifying the first round, so then you can choose what variation suits your body for today's practice. We engage in this more active breath, taking about 5 seconds to inhale, 5 seconds to exhale. You're looking between your knees or between your thighs or towards your navel. The idea is to lengthen the back of your neck. Look forward, bend the knees. Take a big step to the front. Inhale halfway. Exhale, melt your chest down to your legs. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, Tadasana. A few more rounds. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, Urdhva Uttanasana. Exhale, both feet go back into plank first. Knees to the floor, chest all the way down to the floor. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, down. Come back into your knees and go into downward facing dog. At the beginning of the practice, you may want to bend one knee and stay there to feel the stretch on the opposite leg. And eventually finding the stillness, sending your sit bones up to the sky, even if you need to bend your knees. So there's a tutorial in our channel about modifying the downward facing dog, so you can check it out, see which modification suits you better. Looking between your hands, bend the knee, big step to the front, inhale halfway, exhale, melt over your legs. Inhale, very active hands. Exhale, Tadasana. Third round. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, go to plank. Knees to the floor. Squeeze the elbows in. This is the first modification for Chaturanga. Come back to the knees. And then down. We're facing dog. You want to stay in downward facing dog for about 5 breaths. If your heels don't make it to the floor, that's fine. The intention is that your heels are going down, pressing strongly against the floor. While you send your sit bones up to the sky, rolling your shoulders out, shining your biceps to the front of your mat. One more breath. Bend the knee. One long step to the front, lengthening the spine, melting down your legs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, Tadasana. 2 more rounds. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, melting down. Open your chest. Exhale, go into plank. This time another modification is staying into plank. Bend the elbows. You can go all the way down to the floor. Inhale to lift. Exhale down. You can roll over your toes, going to tabletop, going to your knees, and coming into downward facing dog. We're doing a few modifications. As I said, practice all the modifications. See which one feels better for you and your body. Every day, our body is different, so you have options. And since you are practicing at your house, you have the freedom to see how your body feels and to choose the modification that works for you. Bend the knee, big step to the front, inhale to lift, exhale, kneel down. Inhale, arms up to the sky, exhale, down. Last round, inhale, arms up. Exhale, melt forward. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, both feet go into plank. Remember, bend the elbows, keep the elbows in. And as you work table, go all the way down to the floor. This develops your upper body strength. Go onto your knees and bend back into downward facing dog. The idea of downward facing dog, as you can see in the tutorial that we already uploaded in the channel, is to have your sit bones up to the sky. So nice stretch for your posterior body. So if you need to bend the knees to have your sit bones up to the sky, that's completely fine. 2 more breaths. Load between your hands. Take a big long step, lengthening the spine. Exhale, melting down. Inhale, arms up, and exhale. Surya Namaskara B with some modifications. So bend the knee, sit low, arms up. They can be together or shoulder width apart. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, go back into plank. You can do the modification that we did before, or we can do the whole chaturanga. Halfway. Roll over your toes, upward facing dog. And roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Your left foot go 45 degrees. Your right foot comes forward. This is Virabhadrasana 1. Your hands can be together, or they can be shoulder width apart. One breath only. Come down into your chaturanga or your modification. Open your chest to the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot, 45 degrees. Left foot forward, hands up. Sending your pelvis, your hips forward, hands up. And planting your hands down to the floor. Any modification you want to use for your transition. And rolling back into downward facing dog. And in this downward facing dog, we stay for 5 seconds to inhale, 5 seconds to exhale. Having your hands flat on the floor, pressing the floor away from you. Bending, low between your hands, lengthening your spine with the inhalation. Exhale, melting down. Inhale, bend, sit low. Exhale, Tadasana. 2 more rounds. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, both feet go back. Remember, you have the option. Knees, chest to the floor, opening to a cobra, rolling into the knees, and going back into downward facing dog. One modification for warrior 1 is to keep your back heel off the floor so you come into high lunge. This is one modification in case that you need, doesn't feel comfortable in warrior 1. Inhale to open the chest. And you go into the knees. Same modification, so you keep your right heel off the floor. You come into high lunge. Exhale down. You can bring your knees to chest. Open. Remember, it's your practice. You listen to your body. And you choose wisely what modifications work for you. Yoga is not a workout, it's a work-in. In the sense that we need to listen to our body. The results of the work-in eventually will show in the physical body. Yeah, that is true. But what is most important is to listen to our inner voice. Bend the knees. Inhale to come up. Exhale, bend the knees. Sit low in Utkatasana, Tadasana. Last round. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, melt away your legs. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, both feet go back. Your modification, how you want to transition, is up to you. You can keep the heel off the floor, bring your right foot up, high lunge or warrior one. But we actually have a tutorial on how to do warrior one and how to modify in the channel as well. So if you want more information about warrior one, please check out the other videos and you will have more details on these modifications as well. So we're here for 5 breaths. One more. Bend the knees, look to the front, lower and step, lengthening the spine. Bend the knees, sit low, and Tadasana. As I said before, today we're going to put all the standing poses that we've been practicing during the week to create a flow. So we're going to do all the poses in one leg and then we will change to the other leg. So let's start. As usual, we start in Tadasana. So we're going to place all our weight on the right foot. We're going to bring the left foot in and we're going to start in tree pose. This is the first pose that we learn. Remember, you can place your foot in any place of your leg except your knee. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Try to find a focal point in front of you to help you with the concentration and the balance. Once you're here, inhale, bring your knee to closer to your chest and then keep the balance. We're going to the second pose, high lunge. Your arms up to the sky. And we breathe. Remember, every time we inhale, something happens. Every time we exhale, something else happens in the body. So in this case, every time we inhale, we grow, we lengthen. Every time we exhale, we go deeper into the front knee. From here, we're going to extend the leg. We're going to shorten the step a little bit. Hands behind your back. You can grab your opposite elbows. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale all the way down. Vajrasanasana or pyramid pose. The idea with this pose is to stretch the back of your legs. So keep pressing the floor equally with both feet. So try to distribute the weight in the front toes and the back heel. Inhale, come halfway. Remember, if you have a glove, you can place it outside of your foot, or you can place your hand, or you can grab your ankle. Lengthen the spine and twist. Open your chest up to the sky. Keep sending your right hip back, your left hip forward. So we level the lower spine and we twist with the thoracic spine. One more breath. We're gonna inhale all the way up, and this time you can either continue with your foot 45 degrees, or if you're taking care of your knee, you can lift the heel off the floor for modification for warrior one. So it's your option to either be in warrior one or high lunge. Your hands can be touching, or they can be slightly shoulder width apart. So warrior one. We're practicing these poses with the closed hips, which means that the hips are facing the short edge of the mat. So we keep pressing the right hip back, left hip forward. Now we're going to interlock the fingers, open the chest, and exhale, bring the shoulder inside the knee for holder work. Remember, all this week we've been practicing 2 new poses every day. Today we're putting together all these poses in a flow. One more breath. Inhale to come up, and we're going to come into warrior two. So maybe you need to take a longer stand. So you have warrior two on your right leg. Make sure that you can see your first and your second toe inside of your knee. So you push your knee out and you move your hips to be aligned, this time with the long side of your mat. This is what we call open hip positions. One more breath. You're gonna flip the palm, go forward so you come deeper into the front knee, and we're gonna reverse the warrior. To stretch the side body, the side torso, gazing up your head. Enjoy breath. 5 seconds to inhale. 5 seconds to exhale. Inhale, place the forearm on your thigh and bring your left arm so you can rotate to place your left hand above your ear. You can gaze on your head, you can gaze to the front, you can gaze down. But keep a long straight line in your neck for side angle pose. So look down, we're going to extend the leg, we're going to take a variation of triangle pose because this is a long stand so we can continue stretching the inner thigh. Again, you can place your hand on your ankle or your shin, whatever is available for you, but use the leverage to open your chest. One more breath. We're going to inhale. You can bend your knees, so this is going to help you to come back to the center. So we did all the poses in one leg, but we have 2 legs, so we have to do it on the other side. So this time we're going to place the weight on the left leg, and we're going to start with tree pose. So find a focal point in front of you. The idea here is that you're standing your right knee back while you keep opening your left hip. So you have space in the front of your body. This helps you to strengthen the muscles around your ankles and your knees. So bring the knee to the chest, so you are actually using your abdominal muscles here. Keep the balance. And coming into high lunge. Remember, high lunge is a modification for warrior 1 that is coming. So we are preparing the body for the next pose. Here you want to have a strong, active back leg. And you want to continue coming into the front knee. Make sure that your knee is aligned on top of your ankle so we don't go over the ankle. One more breath. Inhale, extend the knee. You can bring your back foot a little closer. Make room for your hips because your hips are aligned with the short edge of the mat. You can grab opposite elbows. Inhale to lengthen, and the center of your chest is coming over the center of your leg. The idea is to keep the back and the front of your torso in the same length. So we are not hunting the back or the front of the chest. Keep sending this time the right hip forward, the left hip back, so your sacrum is level. Inhale halfway, and your right hand is going to go outside of your left foot, or you can grab your ankle or your shin, but use this hand as leverage because we're going to be twisting from the thoracic spine. So you can place it whatever feels comfortable for you, and we twist. Gazing up. And you want to create a space between your ribs and your hips. Because a lot of times what happens is the hip comes in, you want to send it back, create a space, and we twist from the top part of your spine. We're going to inhale to come up. We're going to set the feet for warrior 1, so you can have 45-degree angle in your back foot. Move your pelvis forward, palms together, gaze up. Warrior 1, or you can choose to modify with high lunge. You can gaze on your hands, or you can gaze forward, depending on what is happening in your neck. One more breath. We're going to interlock the fingers behind your back, open your chest, and this time bring your left shoulder inside of your leg. Release forward. Let the back leg strong and it's pressing against the floor. With every inhalation, you want to go closer to the floor. With every exhalation, you want to move your hands above your head. One more breath. We're going to inhale, come up, and we're going to find 1 or 2 on the other leg. So you bend the left knee, open your hips. So your torso is seated on top of your hips. Remember, your left hand is pulling you forward and the right hand is pulling you back. So your torso is in the center and you gaze over your left fingers. We're going to reverse the palm, go to the front and come all the way up, keeping the same alignment in your legs. To reverse your warrior. This is a nice stretch for the side of your torso. We're going to bend the elbow, place the elbow on the side. This is to help you to actually leverage and lift your torso so you create a space. And then you bring your right arm on top of your ear. Gaze at your right fingers. And continue breathing. We're going to come up, extend the front knee. You can shorten a little bit the sling if you want. Keep opening your hips. Extend the arms, go forward. And come over your left leg. The idea is you keep your shoulder aligned with your hip, going down to your foot. So this is a nice way to stretch again the side of your torso, which is stretching the side of your spine, creating a space for your vertebrae. One last breath. We're gonna inhale to come up. And exhale, we go back to Tadasana. From Tadasana, let's take a vinyasa. Inhale, on top. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift your chest parallel to the floor. Exhale, both feet go back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and we come to the floor. So today we're going to practice the whole sequence of asanas in the floor. Make sure you have a bolster and a strap with you. So we start with Dandasana. Either you're sitting on a block, your hands are next to your hips, you are lengthening the spine, your legs are straight, your toes are towards you. This is the preparation for the seated poses. One more breath. And we're going to come forward. If you have a strap, you can place it around the balls of your feet. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, come forward. You can have a strap or a towel, as we explained before. Or you can grab your legs, your ankles, or your feet. You can also bend the knees. Remember, there is a tutorial on how to modify Paschimottanasana on the channel. So you want to know a little bit more how to modify this pose, please look for this video. Inhale to come up. Now we're going to bring both feet to the floor. So we're going to come into reverse tabletop. Your hands behind you, fingers facing towards you. Strong legs, strong core. Inhale, lift your pelvis off the floor for 5 breaths. You can gaze up or you can drop your head. Feel whatever feels more comfortable for your neck. Keep lifting your hips higher and higher. One more breath. Exhale, come down. We're going to do Navasana. Remember, we have this modification with your spine long and straight. You can lift one leg or you can lift both. Keeping your knees bent, gaze forward. use the core. Try to find the sweet spot in your sit bones that we're not actually rounding and sitting back. This is a little too easy. So find a spot in your spine that you feel that you're going to fall forward and hold it. Your abdominal muscles are working. Your hip flexors are working. One more breath. And gently release down. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana. So this is when we have the legs in a diamond shape. You grab the inner part of your feet. You open your soles as a book. Elbows in. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, you come down and forward. It's not rounding. It's lengthening. This gives a nice stretch to your posterior body. With every inhalation you lengthen, with every exhalation you go lower. Inhale to come up. We're gonna open the legs 90-degree angle. Remember, when we practice this pose for the first time, you can bend the knees. You can sit on a cushion. You can come with your hands to the front or grab whatever is available for you in this pose. The idea is when you decide what to do with your hands, your toes, and your knees are facing up, you lengthen the spine and you start moving forward. Again, the idea is to bring the torso towards the floor, not the forehead. So every time you inhale, you lengthen. Every time you exhale, you come a little closer to the floor. One more breath here. Going a little deeper into the stretch. You're going to inhale. You can use your hands to close your legs. You're going to come into Janu Shishasana. So bend the right knee. Place it on the floor. Again, move your right pelvis forward. You can use the strap. Always that you're going to grab your foot. If you cannot reach yet, you can use a strap or a towel. Eventually, you can grab your foot and exhale, melting down. Remember, you want to bring your chin passing the knee. So you actually moving forward with your torso and coming closer to the leg with the exhalation. Inhale to come up. We're going to combine this with a few poses. So send your left foot back. Keep the right knee bent. So we're coming into pigeon. Inhale to lengthen. You can stay here. You can support your glute with the bolster, or you can decide to come forward. You can stay in this pose for 5 breaths. You can bring your forehead to the floor. Your hands are active to have a nice stretch in your torso. Remember, we want our knees to be quiet here. If your knees, for whatever reason, are complaining a little bit, you may want to support your hip. Inhale, come on. Sit back and on your right hip. Bring your left foot crossing over the right thigh. Hug your knee with your right hand. Place your hand behind you. Open your chest. And twist. Every time we inhale, we lengthen the spine. Every time we exhale, we twist. Make sure that both sit bones are grounded on the floor. One more breath. Inhale to look forward. And since we have the right foot underneath, so you're going to place the right shin parallel to the short edge of the mat. You're going to bring the left foot on top to come to square position. We already talked about using the bolster if your knee is too high up in the air. Both feet are flexed and active. You extend the spine and you can start moving forward, keeping both sit bones on the floor. This provides a very nice stretch for the lateral side of your hip. One more breath here. We're going to start walking back. Extend both legs. And we're gonna do the same on the other leg. So this time, bend the left knee, drop the knee to the floor, plant the sole against the thigh, move your hip forward so your hips are in one level. Again, you can use the strap to open the chest and come forward to Janu Shirshasana A, or grab whatever is available for you on your right foot. You inhale to lengthen, and exhale, you come forward. With every inhalation, we lengthen, we move, we keep space, we bring space to our body. With every exhalation, we try to go deeper. The yoga poses are not static, they're dynamic. So we use the breath to bring that movement and awareness to our body. Inhale to come up. I'm going to combine this with pigeon. So keep the left knee bent. Send your right leg back. Straight leg. Again, we only prop this glute if the knee is not very comfortable. Otherwise, you can stay here with your chest open, or you may want to start moving forward to incorporate a little stretch to your upper body as well. Your forehead can rest on the floor, maybe can rest on a bolster or a block, whatever feels more comfortable for your head and your neck. You try to allow gravity to start melting your hips down. You're not forcing anything. Just go with the energy of the pose. One more breath. Inhale, you start moving out of the pose. This time sit on the left hip. Keep the left knee bent. Just bring your right foot outside of your left thigh. Hug your knee with your left elbow. Right hand behind you. You inhale to lengthen, and exhale to twist a little bit. Keep the hand close to you, so this helps you to lengthen the spine. This leverage that you have between your hand and your knee is to actually help you to twist a little deeper. Inhale to look to the front. Now we have the left shin already on the floor, so it's parallel to the short edge of the mat. The left foot is flexed and active. Bring your right foot on top to come to square position. Placing that right knee above your left ankle, and you come forward. Breathe. Make sure that both sit bones are grounded on the floor, and you always want to have your props next to you in case that you need it. One more breath. And inhale, we're gonna come up. We're gonna extend the legs. We're gonna come to the floor. Make sure you have your strap or the towel close to you, so because probably you're gonna need it. Okay, so come to the floor. You're gonna bring your right foot, have the strap or the blanket around the ball of your foot. Grab the strap as close as possible to your foot. Your left hand goes to your hip, so you are making sure that this leg is not moving, and you come up. Gazing at your toes, using the strength of your core to come up. Please stay here for 5 breaths. You inhale to come down. Exhale, you move down to the floor. You may want to gaze to the opposite shoulder, so please allow a nice stretch on your left. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, one more breath. And using the strength of your core, lower down your leg. Left leg comes in. We're almost done with the seated sequence. So have the strap around the ball of your foot. Extend your elbow. Plant the hand on Go right here and come up. The idea is you're bringing your leg closer to the torso closer to the leg, and the energy is that you're going up, engaging your abdominal muscles. Stay in each pose for 5 breaths. You inhale, drop the torso on the floor, grab the hip with your hands so your hip doesn't move, and you move the foot down to the floor, as far down as you want or as you can today. So this is a nice stretch for your inner thighs. Inhale to come up. Exhale one more time. And again, using the strength of your core, lower down your leg. From here, we're going to start lowering down our body to the floor. And today we're going to practice another inversion, which is called Halasana. So you're going to plant your hands strongly against the floor. I'm going to show you first how to modify just in case your toes don't make it to the floor. So you're going to bring your legs up in the air. We were practicing this yesterday. So after this pose, you can continue bringing your legs behind your head, trying to touch the floor with your toes. If for whatever reason your toes don't make it to the floor, make sure you have a cushion or a block or a pillow behind you so you can land actually your feet there. So you're going to use the strength of your core and bring your feet back. So imagine if your toes are not touching, you support your lower back. You want to have your legs as straight as possible. If you need to bend the knees, that's completely okay. And try to have a surface that you are actually landing your toes. Very important that your toes are not touching any surface. Make sure that your hands are on your spine so you have support. So you stay here for 10 breaths. Let's say if your toes happen to meet the floor, so that you just remove the bolster. So if your toes make it to the floor, you can choose to have your hands interlock on the floor. So you interlock your fingers, press your hands on the floor, and stay here for 10 breaths. To come out of the pose, plant your hands on the floor, vertebra by vertebra. Try to keep your hand on the floor if possible. So this helps you to develop the strength in your core. Lower down your legs, opening your legs, planting your palms facing out, closing your eyes and coming into Shavasana. Remember, stay in Shavasana 5 to 10 breaths before coming out of the pose and finishing your practice. So have a lovely day, and I'll meet you.
Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Bye.